Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the third video on this apocalyptic map. I'm actually very happy with how the results have been so far with the views and the likes and everything. Now, it's not completely relevant, of course, because I still want to make these videos even if I didn't get as much views as I'm having right now. But it's a very nice bonus on top of it that boosts my motivation, which is awesome. And the likes are great, the views are great, and I can tell that you guys are enjoying this sort of similar but not similar series like I've been doing on my channel, because in the past I did the how to build videos, which were very highly energetic and short, but now you have some more first person action and slowly just talking you guys through some building, and this is more very laid back and chill. Now today I want to fix up this area here because this is still left a little bit open, and we got to put some stuff here like trees and bushes, and I want to make a path that goes down here to the beach, and then this should feel sort of more filled up, and then we can make our way towards the top there and think of some stuff that we want to make here. Now, once again, thank you very much for the comments in the last video, and a couple days back Fortress actually managed to make this area right here, which has some tables. I don't know if you can see them. It used to have, there's a little table. I don't know if we should add probably a couple more tables and a couple more chairs to this, but then it should be pretty much finished, which I like because it's like a little block here with a staircase down to the beach, and it's a nice divider between this beach and the street over there. Now we can make a path going down here like I said, and over here I still don't know what to make, so definitely let me know down below in the comments what you want me to build over here, like here and also towards there. So maybe if you could think of something for near the fire tower over here, so that we can maybe do this part here in a next video, or we're probably going to be working on this for a couple videos because I don't do a lot in each video, but I don't mind that. I just want to chill and build with you guys and have some fun. Now to begin with, I'm going to be placing down some trees. Now iMine, which is a very good builder that is in the team, he's not online right now, but I'm going to get a tree of his that he made in our warp. So let's go warp. I don't know what the name is right now. I think it's at heads and then a little bit forward. So let's load all this up. Then we have a tree here, which I very much like, this one. Now I'm going to take it and rotate it and modify it a little bit, and then it should be very nice to paste all over the place over there. I might even make it a little bit thicker, but I'm going to use this as a base model basically, and then change up a couple things about it. There he is, he actually joined right now. So let's see how we can properly select this in the best way. I think I can stand on this here and it should be perfectly fine. That one is in and that one is in. So if I stand here and do / position 1, so / pos 1, and then I go all the way to the top here, I'm gonna line myself up in this corner and then go up. There we go, and then position 2. Awesome. So let's now go back to the current world, which is over here. There we go. I'm gonna spawn right in the middle of it. It's so laggy because we have such a highly detailed map with lots of heads, lots of banners and everything, and we have actually toned that a little bit down, but it's still quite heavy on the computer. Now, not on mine, because once it's loaded this runs perfectly smooth, but some people have been complaining that the map is sort of laggy. I don't know if we'll fix that, but it's probably gonna be fine for the majority of people. Now we have this tree, and oh my god, I forgot something. I didn't copy it, did I? Let's go back to warp heads. There we go. And then let's copy it. Now I'm gonna just stand next to it right here so we have a little nice idea of where it's gonna be pasted. And then / and then back to warp now. I'm gonna go back into the laggy area. There we go. I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Now I'm going to be placing a couple of these trees here and see how it looks. Now these trees are quite big and I want them to be big, but I want to see how this works out. So I'm going to do / paste and then -A, so space -A, which means that I'm going to exclude the air. So I'm not going to be pasting in the air that the selection that I just made includes, which means that if I place it, for example, right next to this mountain, it's not going to take a chunk out of this mountain basically. If I do this, it's there and the mountain's still there too. Now this tree is, oh yeah, that's gonna look good. I'm gonna copy this on a couple places, rotate it once again, and then do the same thing so we have a nice little foresty area here. I want to fix this up and make it look nice. Now I don't know if I want to keep that tree over there. We could keep it actually. I don't really mind it. Now I'm gonna rotate it, so rotate 90, and let's just paste it right over here. That's gonna be one right next to the street. Oh, that's perfectly in that corner. I love that. That's amazing. And then let's place another one probably here. I'm rotating it once again so that it looks like it's a different tree, even though it's not. And then in the end, also I'm going to add a couple blocks and take away a couple blocks to each tree so that they're not very similar. And you can already tell that they don't look similar just because of the fact that they are rotated. Right, so let's make a couple trees right here, and I want to place quite a bunch near the edge of the mountain. Now let's see, I can use this one once again, it doesn't really matter. So this is a very easy process, and I'm gonna just change up the trees once they are in place, which is very easy. Now yeah, like that, I can very easily fix that by just going along and putting some dirt under it, or even editing the logs a little bit. It doesn't really matter. Now let's rotate this once again. I should do the rotate command here, so rotate and then paste A once again. I'm just gonna do this a couple times and rotate again, so it's a full 180 degrees, and then paste it right here. I'm stuck in this tree. Alright. Now, I don't know how far we should go for today's video. I think if we do a little area here, it's gonna be perfectly fine. So I want to place like a couple more here in the middle, and then let's see how that looks. I want to see what kind of look that gives. So let's rotate it a bunch of times and just randomly place it. It doesn't really matter too much. There we go. It's a nice couple trees. I like that. It already makes it look so much better, and it's very undetailed still. We can add lots of grass and height differences and lots of different stuff. Now for the amount of trees in this little corner here, I'm quite happy. Now what we can do is change up a little bit, just a tiny bit of these trees. So I'm just going to click a couple times around them like that, and it's a very small tiny difference, but it doesn't really matter. And change up a couple blocks like that, just give it a little bit more difference, and there we go. Now this is a very dense tree at the bottom, and I want to kind of give it a little bit more thickness towards in the trunk, which should be fine like that. So let's do this for the couple trees that we have, and I'm just going to randomly place a couple blocks, and then once again take away a couple if I can even hit them. There we go. And towards the top, let's just take away one. There. Doesn't really matter, I just want them to look a little bit different. So you could even have trunks just splitting up, and that's perfectly fine. So this one is going to be a little bit thicker. I don't mind that. There we go. So this one is 2 by 2, which is awesome. Then we need to fix this one up a little bit. Now we can change this by just lowering the part here of the trunk, and I can do that like that, and then do move one down. There you go. So selected this part of the trunk and then moved it one down, and do the same thing there, and then just placing these couple in. So it's growing a bit more downwards. I want to this one also be quite thick because it's a high tree, and high trees tend to not be super tiny. They used to be like a little bit thicker, so this should be fine. Now we don't have to change up each tree that much, and there we go. I just want to do a couple little touches, and then take away a couple leaves, so that's a tiny bit different. Let's do that everywhere actually. Just randomly clicking, and on the side. And we could even add leaves, but I don't mind taking away leaves because this tree already has quite a bunch of leaves, so taking them away is not that big of a deal right now. Let's make this one a bit thicker there too. This one can just stay normal, I guess. Maybe even let's change up the terrain so it goes a little bit around it, and it looks like the roots have gone into the ground and pushed this a little bit more forward. I actually have a couple little smoothing errors here in this terrain, which doesn't look that great. And I thought I smoothed this out. Did I? I forgot if I did it in the videos. It doesn't matter too much. We can change it all up now. Now the last tree here, let's give it a little bit of thickness to. And let's put up some grass over here. I actually want to make this tree a little bit more into the landscape. So let's make this a little bit higher, and then we can make it smooth it a little bit more into the terrain like that. And now it should be like halfway up and halfway in the terrain like that, which is good. There we go. And then let's add that one there because it looks awkward. Okay, cool. So we have a bunch of trees, and you can see that you only need basically one tree to create a look of many more trees which look different. They look like they belong together and they are in like the similar area, but they are different. You don't look like they're copies of each other. It looks different, which is good. Now we're gonna do a lot with bushes and grass and tall grass. So you could use some bone meal, but the thing with bone meal is that it also makes flowers, and we don't really want flowers, do we? I am actually not too sure if we want flowers in this map, because would flowers grow over time, or would it be giant plants that aren't even flowers but they are like bigger? I'm not too sure what to do here. Let's take them away for now. Let me know down below in the comments if you think we should add flowers to the terrain here. I'm not sure, so let me know. So I want to take the double tall grass, here you go, and we can place it down like that, super easy. Now most of this is going to be tall grass because this hasn't been touched in forever. At least that's the plan. So near trees you would have stuff like this, and that makes it look a lot better already. Now we're going to make them quite high near the trees, and then slowly make them like this in middle areas. But most of this is going to be overgrown, basically everything. So let's start with adding some random tall grass like this towards the areas which have trees, and then a lot near the trees of course, but then a little bit less towards the edge. So I'm going to just randomly click a couple times around it like that, and that is nice already. Now I'm just going to do it everywhere, and then we can do the little grass afterwards. And I think we should also put in some mushrooms and normal bushes as well, because they give more of an effect of like abandoned place. So let me just add this over a couple little areas, and then I'll be right back. There we go. So most of the tall grass is in place, but however I do want to place a lot of random ones in as well, because that's what would happen. You don't just get perfectly like formations near the trees. It would be literally everywhere in a place or time like this. So let's just do a couple places in between as well, so it looks a little bit more flown together. There we go. Definitely near the mountain. I don't know, I just like that look. And even like in the mountain, like this. And the grass even goes up a little bit, which I did in, I think 2 videos back. We started with that, and I kind of like the look. Now we're going to change this whole mountain up though. So it's not going to look like this for a long time. I think in one of the next couple videos, we will change up the mountain and make everything look nicely combined. There we go. So now I can also just place down some little grass, which is very easy to do. Oh god, if I right click these, it changes them up. I should be careful with that. So I'm just going to randomly place some little grass in between this, and I'll also be back when I've done that. Alright, so I placed down a couple bushes. Well, not a couple, it was quite a lot. I pressed it down everywhere, and it looks a lot better already. If you look at it from this angle, you can see all the grass, and it looks pretty cool. Now I want to add some mushrooms, and we have a couple types, of course. Now, I don't know where it's in. I think, no, brewing. Let's see. I actually forgot where I can find mushrooms. Is a decoration here? Oh yeah, there we go. Now I know I asked you guys about the flowers, but I think we do have to add a bunch of big flowers and rose bushes probably. That would be pretty cool. And also the large ferns, because we have the double tall grass, but the rest could perfectly fit in too. So let's take a couple of these, and then possibly this one as well. I don't know if we should put in the rose bushes because they have a bright color, but let's just try it. Let's just try it. Now we have the normal ferns too, and some dead bushes, which I think would be cool to place over here towards the sand, because you would have a couple dead pieces like this. Let's actually do that right now. There we go, like that. So make it a nice little transaction between the grass and the tall grass and some sand, some dead stuff. Now let's place a couple of these here too towards the edge, so that it's a nice transaction and it looks nice like this. This is a little bit better already. I like it. Actually, it should be sort of here too, but not too much, just a couple of pieces like that. And some alone standing, because you would have that as well. Just a couple tiny, like that. There we go. Now we have the large ferns. I don't know what they actually look like too much like that. We can just place a couple of them. Let's just make them random in between, possibly near the trees. They don't have to be super much. I just want a couple random pieces in there so that you can see the difference between the large ferns and the double tall grass. Let's do it like this. Just a couple more here. And I'm just going to randomly place them. It doesn't really matter. Like, that's the thing with this. You just want to randomly place things. And in the end, it will look good because you randomly did stuff. Like that. It's a very tiny difference. You don't usually see it. But once you go up close, you do actually see it. Now, this is going to be a big boom in the face. Now, we could not place this everywhere because it will look weird. What I think we should do with this is make little areas that do have them like that. Like a couple little pieces like this, and don't overuse them. So we could have a couple in areas like that are partnered together. So like 1 or 2 or 3 even in clusters, and that actually looks quite good. So like this, and make it random of course, and then there you go. This could be a little bit more. Place 1 or 2 there. around this corner too. And I'm probably going to do a lot off camera of this stuff on here because I don't want to repeatedly do stuff in a video, but I do want to one time show you a single step to do this, of course. But I'm not going to constantly repeat myself and do the same videos over and over and over. I want them to be a little bit different, of course. So like that, this is actually really nice. I like this. Now we have two more different things we could place in this. We can do the exact same thing with these, like that, and give them little groups, like so. And yes, I'm actually going to do that. It looks pretty good, like this, and then one here. Come on, I have too much tall grass in here. Ugh, too much stuff that I can't place anything anymore. But it does look very nice already. I am very happy with how this is turning out. There we go, a couple groups there, and maybe one or two there. Just random, it really doesn't matter where. Let's not forget this area, because yeah, we do need to fill this up too. Let's place some random, just a couple pieces. It really doesn't matter, like this, and then let's just do one next to that, which is good. All right, nice stuff. Let's. I want it to be more full. I want there to be more stuff, and we still need to do the leaves, by the way, which is going to be sort of bushes, and we have a couple ferns. So let's do the ferns, and then as last we can do a couple bushes. So I'm once again just randomly going through this and placing. You can see how easy this is. Look, just randomly going through, clicking the floor. I'm replacing a couple of the tall grass, but it doesn't really matter because we have too much of that anyway. So I can just do this, and then we should be perfectly fine with the ferns, I think. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. Cool. So now the part that's going to make it probably look the best. I'm going to take a bush like this, and there should be a couple different ones in there. I'm going to take this one too because it looks good. Now, because this is old, you would have stuff probably falling down and hanging off and laying on the floor like this. Let's take a couple away, and this would be overgrown like that. Now I want to make just like random bushes like this and make them quite big like that, and just plop this down everywhere where we feel like it's too much of an open space and you would have something there normally. It doesn't need to have something, but it makes it look better. And we can even switch them up a little bit like that and place in a couple of random bits. Now let me quickly do this and I'll be back soon. There we go, we got a bunch of bushes down, and I'll probably do a bit more off camera, but for now, that is it for today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you do enjoy these types of more chill, laid back videos. If you do, definitely drop a like rating down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Actually, let me quickly fly you guys through of what we did. So we have this end, which has nothing. Then here we start with the trees and all that good stuff. So let me just fly around. We have bushes, we have the floor, and then we have everything that we placed down, which is quite a bunch. And I'm not entirely done with this area yet, but that's going to be for the next video. And we also are going to do the path in the next video here. It's going to lead sort of like this and then down into the beach. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.